So welcome back to another episode. This is episode 79, and we're going to have a little bit of a chat around death and mortality. And it seems like a kind of morbid topic, but I think it's something that we need to consider a little bit more and maybe have a few more conversations around it. It's something I've been considering a lot recently, kind of my own relationship with death, what I would want for myself when I die, and kind of what loss is and how we can look at it to make it less of a negative, taboo kind of topic. It's definitely a painful topic, and I think it's something that's really scary. It's human nature to avoid the things that hurt us or scare us. So as a result of that, we don't talk about it or really consider it enough in our day-to-day life. But life and death are two sides of the same coin. So can we ever really live without considering death, without considering our own mortality? I don't think that we can. And I think that part of being the best you and living your best life is having a level of self-acceptance. And, you know, we can all say we accept ourselves, we love ourselves, so on and so forth. But can we truly accept ourselves without accepting the inevitability of our own death, you know? Because when we can do that, then we can start to live life a little bit more fearlessly and, you know, a little bit more fully. I'm not scared to die, but I am scared of what it would mean for the people around me. And, you know, I don't want to go before I've had a chance to do all of the things that I want to do, but death is not something that, you know, scares me. I used to be fearful of death. I've lost quite a few people, and the one that got to me the most was the death of my uncle. When I was 18, he died from a rare form of cancer called myeloma, and it was horrible watching this big man who was full of life just die and waste away. He suffered a lot, and he pretty much withered away in front of us for you know, a long period of time. And I remember going to see him at the funeral home after he died and looking at him, and it wasn't him at all. And that was an image that kind of stuck with me and gave me nightmares for quite a while. And because of that, I just didn't really consider death at all. I didn't want to think about it, I didn't want to hear about it. But as we get older, we start to lose more people, and we start to get closer to our own end. And when you go on any kind of journey of self-improvement and self-discovery, you have to be able to consider your own death. I don't think you will ever get to where you want to be unless you can truly do that. So having conversations around death is something that we should all be doing. You know, the more we're exposed to something, the more we normalize it. And what's more normal than death? You know, because we're all going to die at some point. And like I've said before in a previous video, death isn't necessarily the end. You know, the death of the physical body is just that. It's not necessarily the end, you know, depending on what you believe in terms of, you know, religion or beliefs, that kind of stuff. But for me, we're all energy, and energy cannot be destroyed or created. So that's more than enough reason to believe that we do continue to live after we die, even if it's not living in the way that we understand it to be right now within the context of our lives. What happens to our physical body, to our energy after it leaves the physical body, you know, that's anyone's guess. I don't think it just disappears though. You know, we understand what happens to the body when we die, but we don't understand what happens to the essence of it, that thing that lives in us, that kind of spark of life. But anyway, the point is, death is not something to hide from or to shove it away and pretend it doesn't matter or it isn't there, because we can gain a lot from accepting it. You know, we can live better, and maybe if we live better, then we can die better. So kind of that's today's topic, something for you to consider. You know, perhaps open a conversation around the topic of death rather than avoiding it. And for those of you that want to take it a step further, one of the things that I've been doing within my work is considering what you want when you die. Maybe writing your own obituary and see what comes up for you with that. I think it's really insightful, and you can gain a lot from it. So consider it, and just let me know your thoughts in the comments. But that's everything for today.